if the people don't like people driving on in front of their views, how do they feel about all these kids that come out here and stay at this youth hostel?
Well, they're used to it, I'm sure. Because on the whole, people that are youth hostelers, I have always found that they're very interesting people. They go in, they go swimming, they go whatever they want to do, and at night they cook their meals all together, play a few guitars, and they go to bed. Right. I've never heard yet of any uproar where the cops had to come. Have you?
No.
It's a great thing to have.
It's amazing that we have it here, isn't it?
Well, it's because people. Ed Stackpole's sister-in-law was one of the ones that started it, and Estelle Coggins, was her sister, and they just plain used to go on hikes or go on American camping, whatever that thing with the triangle is.
Yeah.
Youth hosteling.
Sure, youth
on the mainland.
Sure.
And you know, another thing we have on the island, which I love, is senior. Go ahead up there.
Yeah.
They have a senior hostel that comes in September and October, and they stay down at the Nista Cottages there on Washington Street, you know.
Okay.
And they have their meals at the Salt Marsh sometimes, I think with a special permission. They're really very fine people, and they're all people whose kids are all up and grown. Hold on a minute now.
All right.
This is the center for the beach, and right down there is the main highway. You maybe have to go another 3 feet.
Yeah, right, to see down to the...
See?
Sure.
Now that
is packed with people.
Black with humanity in the summertime. And then they have this little food place, and we had to fight the battle that they wouldn't have stuff like pepper steak or stuff that was really sort of, you know, too oh, how shall I say it? Too honky-tonk. They didn't want to have it.
Well,
honky.
why would you want to be telling people what they should serve and what they shouldn't?
Because
I mean, that's a fair question.
Yeah, but if you want to smell the sweet air, you're not going to smell it with French fries in the air. You know, it's just...
Well, see, I'm going to disagree with you on that one. I mean, at the beach, smelling French fries, I mean, that's kind of like what everybody smelled growing up.
Well, true enough.
It's kind of a classic smell.
Theoretically, our beach is not like all other beaches. That we try to keep it...
Oh, interesting.
Have a special ambiance.
And were you able to stop it?
For a while we did.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'd have to check my chapter and verse on that as to whether we have been successful.
Yeah. Now,
a woman who has worked very hard on this is Maureen Beck, lives here in Surfside, and another one who's her stalwart helper is a man named Tom Quigley. And they really are for the good of Nantucket, the good of Surfside especially. It's tough for them to have to
but that is the risk you run when you're a group and you have some power, because you're a group, you're in numbers, your power's in numbers.
Well, the Surfside Association's the one that did that.
Right.
That was their baby.
Oh, but that's not part of the Civic League?
Oh, yes,
that's what I mean.
It is, but
sure.
Every single one.
That's what I'm saying.
They wouldn't be read out a meeting just because they back something that we would think, that the rest might think is a little extreme. Most of the people are for the idea of keeping things as simple as they can be. Now, a good example, you got me right on my soapbox here today.
Good.
But down at the jetties,
yeah,
for my money, there's far too much going down in the jetties in the way of activities in the summertime. And
okay, so for instance?
Well, the best and only one, as far as I'm concerned, should be there is the Pops. That's all right. They've gotten their nose under the tent, and that's it. They should be there. But the Comedy Hour with a tent up there for a week, there's all kinds of things that
people are renting almost.
Well, what they're doing is they're paying for the privilege. Put up that window if you would.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
All right, keep on going now.
Oh, we're not going down there. Okay.
No, we're not. That's Nonantum Avenue. You don't need to go that way. I'm not putting you on any more roads for a while.
Oh, okay.
Now, we're going back to Fairgrounds Road.
Got it. So go ahead and say.
So, well, the people that are on the beach Now, the Jetty's Beach is owned by the town. And so the town, some people think, well, it's got to pay its way. Well, the way it pays its way, as far as I'm concerned, is one glorious beach where a mother, father, and kids, or any other group can come and spend a happy day on the beach and rent some umbrella if they feel like it. Change their clothes if they've just come on the boat. In other words, to enjoy the day at the beach with beautiful, beautiful, quiet swimming. We do not need to have an uproar of having that beach closed for varying periods of time. That beach belongs to the people. But if they've got it, and they'll say, well, we've got to do it. If we don't, your taxes will go up. What the odds I always threaten you with, if you don't let us do what we need to do, our taxes will go up. Now, going down there, not that we're going, but that's the boulevard.
All right.
Okay, you know where you are now?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
What about the association and having that paved? That road paved? How do they feel about that one?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really haven't discussed that with them, but it's I just happened to, I was
under the impression that they want the town to pay for it.
Well, it's an abutters road, technically.
Yeah.
Same way with Burnt Swamp Lane. Right. It's an abutters lane, which means the abutters own up to the middle of the road.
But they don't want to pay to have it fixed.
Well, too bad about them.
Okay.
They knew it when they went out there that they didn't have a paved road, you know. We haven't done a good job on doing the best for development, I'll say that. Sometimes we haven't, how shall I say, we haven't planned far enough ahead with granite curbing, for instance. There's places where the town has grown like Topsy. It should have curbstones that really work. Should have a sidewalk that really works. People shouldn't have to walk in the road. It's just one of those things where they growed, you might say.
Right.
Now, we're heading, Fairgrounds Road, we're heading toward Old South Road. So just give it to her, and I won't talk unless you ask me a question for a minute.
Okay, you take a break? Should we get you some water or
No,
anything?
no, I'm fine. I'm like Eddie.
You're doing a great job.
Like Eddie Weldon, I could go on forever.